Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. The Aam Aadmi Party has ended 15-year rule of the BJP in the Delhi civic body polls. The party has managed to cross the majority mark of 126, but it wasn't quite a landslide victory as was being predicted by them and even some exit polls. On the other hand, the BJP has been displaced fair and square from the MCD but managed to win over 100 wards. Both parties are fighting for the bragging rights today, the narrative, so as to say, from the result. Comparisons especially over vote share from last assembly polls, etc. To the extent that even the Congress party, that has plummeted to its worst performance in MCD elections, can claim that there is a silver lining for them. Actually, there are many stories within the larger story of the AAP claiming the MCD. Whether they can have a mayor from their fold is also an open question as it stands. But one thing is clear, Delhi politics continues to be as interesting as it has been over the last 10 years. But what are the big takeaways from the result and for whom? Which party can claim the upper hand and look forward with some brightness? We will take those questions to our guests in just a bit. But first up, a quick confirmation of the MCD 2022 results. Aam Aadmi Party, a clear winner with 134 wards. The BJP relegated to second position, but they have managed quite a few wards at 104. So not quite the performance that many were thinking was going to be the case for the BJP. Even the vote share is pretty healthy. Congress decimated again, even others and independents all have lost ground. The vote share of the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP has a 3-point difference, while the Congress has come down to just 11%. Let's also compare this to 2017. Now, delimitation has happened, so all three zones were combined before these elections, so the wards are not quite exactly the same. So we bring to you vote share first. Now, last time around, the Aam Aadmi Party had about 26% vote share in the MCD elections. This time around, it has risen to 42. BJP, interestingly, has increased its vote share too from 2017 MCD to this, from 36 to 39%. Where have both gained from? It is from the Congress and the others kitty. Congress has lost 10% of its MCD vote share. Others have also been halved. A comparison of wards held from last time to this time. Again, not a direct comparison, but just to give you a sense of the change that has taken place. From 49, the Aam Aadmi Party has risen to 134, a clear majority. From 181, the BJP has come down to 104, not as much as many would have predicted. Congress down to single digits. As I said, this is their worst performance in the MCD. But here is what the BJP is holding on to. Look at the 2020 Assembly and the 2022 MCD polls vote share comparison. Now, here the Aam Aadmi Party has come down by almost 12%. BJP has actually gained marginally. So the BJP says this shows that the AAP is actually on a downward trend while they are just as popular as always. The Congress, interestingly, and this is why I said that they could claim there is a silver lining for them, they have actually gained in their vote share in comparison to 2 years ago. That vote share for them had come down to 4%. Now it is actually back to 11. Others have also gained in vote share versus the 2022 Assembly elections. But would that be a fair comparison? We'll also take that question to our guests. Now here is another aspect which may be embarrassment for the Aam Aadmi Party. Look at their marquee ministers and their constituencies and the results there. Manish Sisodia, under investigation for the liquor gate scam. From his area, the BJP has actually won 3 out of 4, reducing AAP to 1. Satyendra Jain, their minister, who continues to hold a cabinet rank, is in jail for many months. In his constituency, the BJP has swept all 3 wards. Kailash Gehlot, another minister under probe. In his area, the Aam Aadmi Party could win no seats out of 4. The BJP won 3 and there is an independent that has won 1. And finally, Amanatullah Khan, also under scanner in the Waqf board scam. The Aam Aadmi Party has lost 4 out of the 5 wards under his seat, including the area called Shaheen Bagh. BJP and Congress have won 2 each. They have squared this and the Aam Aadmi Party has been reduced to 1. So what are the big takeaways from this MCD elections and exactly which party can claim that they actually have a brighter future when it comes to Delhi elections? That's the big debate coming up.
बीजेपी का भी सहयोग चाहता हूं, इसमें मैं कांग्रेस का भी सहयोग चाहता हूं, मैं सबका सहयोग चाहता हूं। सबके सहयोग से हम दिल्ली को ठीक करेंगे।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने बहुत अच्छा चुनाव लड़ा। दिल्ली के लोगों ने भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पर भी भरोसा जताया है। हमने 39% वोट लिए हैं।
प्रचार प्रसार की जीत हुई है और जो जनता के विषय थे, जो मुद्दे थे, वो शायद अभी भी दबे रह गए।
First up, this is a big day for the Aam Aadmi Party. They have managed to displace the BJP in the MCD. So I'm going across to the Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh now joining us. And Sanjay Singh, thanks a lot for giving us your time. MCD में आपका बहुत बड़ा एम था कि बीजेपी को हटाना है, वो एम आपने पूरा किया है। लेकिन सब ये भी कह रहे हैं कि जो रिजल्ट एग्जिट पोल दिखा रहे थे और जो बात आम आदमी पार्टी खुद कर रही थी, जिस तरह के रिजल्ट की बात आम आदमी पार्टी कर रही थी, वो रिजल्ट नहीं आए हैं। क्या आप कंसीड करते हैं कि ये जो रिजल्ट है ये आपकी उम्मीद पे नहीं आए हैं?
देखिए, ये बहुत बड़ी विक्ट्री है अगर आप इसको जीत के तौर पे देखें, इसलिए कि 15 साल से भारतीय जनता पार्टी का किला था एमसीडी में, गढ़ था एमसीडी में। मतलब ये हालत थी कि यहां पर जब एक समय में कांग्रेस की भी सरकार थी तब भी एमसीडी में बीजेपी जीती, हमारी सरकार थी तब भी एमसीडी में बीजेपी जीती। तो ये बहुत बड़ी चुनौती थी और इस किले को ध्वस्त किया है अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने और आम आदमी पार्टी ने। और दूसरा इसका यह मैसेज है, दिल्ली ने पूरे देश को यह संदेश दिया है कि शिक्षा की, स्वास्थ्य की, बिजली की, पानी की, जनता की मूलभूत आवश्यकताओं की जो पूर्ति करेगा उस पार्टी के साथ हम खड़े होंगे। भ्रष्टाचार और कूड़ा राज अगर कोई चलाएगा तो उस पार्टी के साथ हम नहीं खड़े होंगे। यह संदेश दिया है दिल्ली के लोगों ने। नकारात्मक राजनीति को नकारा है दिल्ली के लोगों ने। कितने झूठे आरोप लगाए, भ्रष्टाचार के आरोप, शराब घोटाला, फलाना ढिमका। दिल्ली की जनता ने कहा हमारा बेटा अरविंद केजरीवाल कट्टर ईमानदार है और आम आदमी पार्टी कट्टर ईमानदार पार्टी है।
आपने भ्रष्टाचार की बात करी है तो एक सवाल जो ये उठ रहा है, जो मैंने अभी बात भी करी, कि जितने भी आपके मिनिस्टर हैं जिनके ऊपर भ्रष्टाचार के इल्जाम लगे हैं, जिनकी करप्शन केसेस में जांच हो रही है, उनकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में जो वार्ड्स पड़ते हैं, चाहे वो सत्येंद्र जैन हो, चाहे वो मनीष सिसोदिया हो, आपके डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर अमानतुल्लाह खान जैसे लोग हो, उनकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में तो आप जीती नहीं।
तो आदेश गुप्ता के तो सारे सीट हार गए, उन पे कौन सा आरोप था? यह मूल्यांकन नहीं होता ओवरऑल कितनी जीती है आम आदमी पार्टी पूरे दिल्ली में, उसका मूल्यांकन कीजिए ना। एक बड़ी जीत है। आप ऐसे सोचिए कि पिछले चुनाव के मुकाबले 80 सीट भारतीय जनता पार्टी हारी है, 80 सीट, और आम आदमी पार्टी 80 प्लस सीट जीती है। तो आप इसको इस रूप में देखिए कि कितनी बड़ी जीत है हमारे लिए। 80 से ज्यादा सीटें हम पिछले चुनाव के मुकाबले जीते हैं और 80 के लगभग सीटें भारतीय जनता पार्टी पिछले चुनाव के मुकाबले हारी है। और उसके बावजूद उनकी बेशर्मी देखिए कि वो अपनी हार मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं है। कह रहे हैं मेयर हमारा होगा। मतलब एक ऐसी पार्टी, दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी पार्टी, वो घोषित तौर पे कह रही है कि हमारा नाम भारतीय खोखा पार्टी रखो, हम अभी पार्षद खरीदने वाले हैं, हम तोड़फोड़ करने वाले हैं, हम तो भ्रष्टाचारी हैं, हम मतलब ये कोई पार्टी आप देखती है इस तरीके के घोषित तौर पे करे कि 25 सीटें कम है, बावजूद इसके कह रहे हैं मेयर हमारा होगा। मतलब खुलेआम कह रहे हैं कि हम तो खोखा पार्टी हैं, हम तो खोखा खोखा करेंगे। जो महाराष्ट्र में किया, जो उत्तराखंड में, अरुणाचल में, कर्नाटक में, मध्य प्रदेश में किया, वही करेंगे। ऐसा मतलब लोकतंत्र का गला घोटने और लोकतंत्र की हत्या करने की ऐसी खुली बातें एक राजनीतिक दल आके कर रहा है। इससे ज्यादा लोकतंत्र के लिए शर्मनाक कोई बात हो सकती है? चुनाव में हार गए, बावजूद इसके कह रहे हैं मेयर हमारा ही होगा।
मैं ये सवाल आपसे पूछने ही वाली थी। बीजेपी ने ये कहा है कि इस रिजल्ट के बाद मेयर आम आदमी पार्टी का होगा या नहीं होगा, या होगी या नहीं होगी, ये गारंटी नहीं है।
नहीं, मैं तो कह रहा हूं ये बात कहना ही अपने आप में बुनियादी तौर पे भारतीय जनता पार्टी ये कहना चाह रही है कि दरअसल भारतीय जनता पार्टी भारतीय खोखा पार्टी है, वो खरीद फरोख्त की राजनीति करती है। आखिर आप बताइए कि जब उनके नंबर 25 की संख्या में कम आए हैं लगभग, तो कैसे वो ये कह रहे हैं कि उनका ही मेयर होगा? इसका मतलब कि वो खुलेआम ये कह रहे हैं कि वो भ्रष्टाचार करेंगे, वो खरीद फरोख्त करेंगे, वो तोड़फोड़ करेंगे। कैसे कैसे उनका बन जाएगा बताइए मुझे। जो प्रयोग उन्होंने शिंदे के साथ किया, जो प्रयोग वो दिल्ली में कर रहे थे, जो पंजाब में कर रहे थे, जो उन्होंने एमपी में, कर्नाटका में, अरुणाचल में, उत्तराखंड में किया, वो कह रहे दिल्ली में हम अब मेयर में भी यही करेंगे। मतलब भाजपा को अपना नाम ही बदल देना चाहिए, उनको अपनी पार्टी का नाम भारतीय खोखा पार्टी रख लेना चाहिए।
चलिए, मैं रिजल्ट पे वापस आना चाहती हूँ। एक चीज जिसकी बात हो रही है वो है वोट शेयर। बीजेपी का ये कहना है कि हमारा तो वोट शेयर कम नहीं हुआ, बल्कि थोड़ा बहुत बढ़ा ही है अगर आप 2020 असेंबली इलेक्शंस से कंपेयर करें, और बल्कि आम आदमी का वोट शेयर 2020 असेंबली इलेक्शंस के मुकाबले बहुत गिरा है। तो क्या ये कंसर्न नहीं है आपके लिए?
देखिए, हर चुनाव, दिल्ली में हर चुनाव का परिणाम और हर चुनाव के नतीजे अलग अलग आते हैं। अब आप देख लीजिए, 2015 में हमको 67 सीटें मिली, 2017 में एमसीडी के चुनाव में हम बुरी तरीके से हारे, 2019 में लोकसभा के चुनाव में हम हारे, 2020 के चुनाव में फिर हमें प्रचंड बहुमत मिला, 2022 के एमसीडी चुनाव में फिर हम जीत के आए। तो आप कंपेयर करेंगे एमसीडी चुनाव 2017, एमसीडी चुनाव 2017 की तुलना में 80 सीटें भारतीय जनता पार्टी पिछली चुनाव के मुकाबले हारी है, और 80 सीटें आम आदमी पार्टी पिछले चुनाव के मुकाबले जीती है। इसको इस रूप से मूल्यांकन कीजिए ना। आप एमसीडी के चुनाव को विधानसभा के चुनाव से मिक्स करेंगे, फिर विधानसभा के चुनाव को लोकसभा के चुनाव से मिक्स करेंगे। दिल्ली में अलग पैटर्न रहा है चुनाव की वोटिंग का, जैसे वो आजकल हर राज्य में मिलता है। जैसे यूपी का ले लीजिए, उत्तर प्रदेश में लोकसभा में एक अलग तरह के परिणाम आए थे, जब विधानसभा का चुनाव आया तो अलग तरह का परिणाम आया।
नहीं, आप सही बात कह रहे हैं, बट फिर इस बात से एक बात जो और ऐड होगी कि आम आदमी पार्टी फिर क्यों एमसीडी इलेक्शन को बोल रही है कि नेशनल मैसेज गया है? आप खुद कह रहे हैं एमसीडी इलेक्शन अलग होता है, स्टेट अलग होता है, असेंबली अलग होता है, नेशनल अलग होता है, और जनता अलग अलग वोट करती है। लेकिन आप तो ऐसे मैसेज कर रहे हैं कि एमसीडी इलेक्शन में जीत गए तो इसका मतलब नेशनल मैसेज गया है। तो क्या आप नहीं बढ़ा रहे हैं एमसीडी विक्ट्री को कुछ ज्यादा?
ये बहुत अच्छी बात, ये आपने बहुत अच्छी बात कही। बिल्कुल हम बढ़ा रहे हैं। हम ही लेके आए थे नड्डा जी को यहां चुनाव प्रचार में, 17 केंद्रीय मंत्रियों को हम लेके आए थे, 8 मुख्यमंत्रियों को हम लेके आए थे, 400 सांसदों की ड्यूटी हमने लगाई थी दिल्ली में। तो बढ़ाया किसने? इस चुनाव को बड़ा किसने बनाया? इस चुनाव को राष्ट्रीय महत्व का बनाया किसने? दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी पार्टी का राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष अगर प्रचार कर रहा है, उस पार्टी के 8 मुख्यमंत्री प्रचार कर रहे हैं, 17 केंद्रीय मंत्री प्रचार कर रहे हैं, 400 सांसद प्रचार कर रहे हैं, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने खुद ही इस चुनाव को राष्ट्रीय बनाया। तो ये राष्ट्रीय संदेश है दिल्ली के चुनाव से।
अच्छा, चलिए,
ये तो बीजेपी ने साबित किया ना।
फाइनली संजय जी, मुझे ये बताइए, अब आप एमसीडी में भी होंगे डोमिनेटिंग पोजीशन में, दिल्ली सरकार में तो आप है ही, और एक बड़ी चुनौती आपके लिए होगी एक तरह से, क्योंकि डुप्लिसिटी या मल्टीप्लिसिटी ऑफ अथॉरिटी की बात दिल्ली में बहुत होती है, और आपने बहुत बोला है कि इसकी वजह से हम अच्छा काम नहीं कर पाते। मैं एलजी का सवाल अलग रखती हूँ, लेकिन अब एमसीडी और दिल्ली सरकार आपकी है, तो अब तो दिल्ली का चेहरा बदल जाना चाहिए ना अगले 5 सालों में। आपके लिए बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है अभी ये।
निश्चित रूप से, और हमको भी बिल्कुल तैयार है, और हमको बहुत सहूलियत होगी अब काम करने में, क्योंकि एमसीडी के बहुत सारे काम हम लोग नहीं कर पाते थे। खास तौर से ये कूड़े का पहाड़ जो बना है, इस पे हमारी सरकार कोई काम नहीं कर सकती थी। दिल्ली के अंदर लिंटल और इन सब के निर्माण के नाम पे जो रिश्वतखोरी, भ्रष्टाचार चलता था, उस पे हम सीधे तौर पे कोई कार्रवाई नहीं कर पाते थे। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये एक अच्छा मौका है आम आदमी पार्टी के लिए। एमसीडी में भी हमारी सरकार, दिल्ली में विधानसभा में भी हमारी सरकार, और दोनों सरकारें मिलकर अच्छे ढंग से काम करेंगे।
चलिए, संजय सिंह, थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर स्पीकिंग टू अस। Going across to the guests now joining us, what are the big takeaways from the MCD elections? And as I mentioned earlier, every party claims they have something, that is a bright spot for them. Shehzad Poonawalla is joining us from the BJP, Harishankar Gupta from the Congress, DPCC, Siddharth Sharma of the Aam Aadmi Party, Rashid Kidwai, author and senior journalist, Arun Anand, consulting editor, First Post, all with us. Shehzad, let me come to you because we heard from Sanjay Singh. Today it seems like there's a role reversal. Generally, you accuse your opposition of claiming moral victories. Today, the moral victory is being claimed by you. You've been clearly defeated, yet you're saying no. Look at the bright spots for BJP.
I wish Sanjay Bhai was here to continue in a debate, as should be the course of a democracy, but he went away after his one-on-one speech. Let me make him hear somebody.
Worry not, I'm here.
Siddharth is there for you. Anyways, continue.
Siddharth, I don't think he lives in Delhi.
Does
Siddharth live in Delhi? Does Siddharth live in Delhi?
But he's their party spokesperson.
Does he live in Delhi?
He will counter what you say.
It's a Delhi local election. Does he live in Delhi? No, Shivani, has he been kept here to interrupt me so that Sanjay Singh can speak and I can't?
No,
Is that the attitude towards BJP?
We've got lots of time. Yes. It's just in good fun. Go ahead.
So Siddharth, who doesn't live in Delhi, let me inform him something. There is a man called Arvind Kejriwal. I take him seriously. Sanjay Singh doesn't. And for obvious reasons, he shouldn't.
MCD का लिख देता हूँ. MCD का लिख देता हूँ.
सुनिएगा.
अच्छा, MCD का एग्जैक्ट लिख देता हूँ. एमसीडी के चुनाव में बीजेपी की 250 में से 20 से कम सीटें
आ रही है. Now please.
Siddharth, not like this. Siddharth, wait, I'll give you water.
I think this is the wrong channel he's come to.
Siddharth, not like this. Okay, continue, Shahzad.
ये advertisement slot नहीं है सिद्धार्थ जी, ये debate है. आपके नेता बोल कर गए YouTube पे एक तरफा, अब मुझे बोलने दीजिए.
So you are saying the Aam Aadmi Party
मैं कह रहा हूँ कि आदरणीय
No, one second. Sanjay,
if you mock anyone else,
Siddharth, let's be patient and let's have this in good spirit. Let's not be bitter about it. Let's have this in good spirit. We've got enough time for everyone. Okay? All right. Please don't interrupt each other. Yes, Shahzad, continue.
I didn't interrupt. I'm speaking in my time. So, therefore, as per Mr. Kejriwal, we were going to be reduced to 20. Till last evening, no exit poll was giving us any numbers. And today, we've reached 104. So, as per Mr. Kejriwal, we are 84 plus. Sanjay Singh बोले we are 84 down. हम तो 84 plus में है जी. दूसरी बात, संजय सिंह का मूल्यांकन देखो कितना हिपोक्रेसी है. ओवरऑल मूल्यांकन इसके कट्टर ईमानदार को वोट मिला है. पर सत्येंद्र जैन की कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में 3 से 3 हारे. नहीं, इसका मूल्यांकन ना हो. मनीष सिसोदिया की सीट पे 4 में से 3 हारे, इसका मूल्यांकन ना हो. कैलाश गहलोत की सीट पे 3 में से 3 हारे, उसका मूल्यांकन ना हो. अमातुल्लाह खान की सीट पे 4 साफ हो गए, 5 में से उसका मूल्यांकन ना हो. हाजी यूनुस में 5 में से 5 हारे, उसका मूल्यांकन ना हो. व्हाट इज दिस कन्वीनियंट मूल्यांकन? एंड लास्टली कट्टर ईमानदार, ही सेड दैट देखिए इन्होंने इसको नेशनल बनाया है. अरविंद केजरीवाल नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट है ना आम आदमी पार्टी के. इनके 2 मुख्यमंत्री है, दोनों मुख्यमंत्री कैंपेनिंग कर रहे थे 100%. हमारे 18 मुख्यमंत्री है, 6 कैंपेनिंग कर रहे थे 30%. So if they do it, it's chamatkar, and if we follow and we do it, it's gunegar. The point is, Shivani, till last evening they were saying 20 seats nahi aane wali hai. Today we are at 104. It's not a question of moral victory or defeat. We are after 15 years of seva and all that dushprachar. What was the biggest dushprachar? Ki kude ka pahad kya hai, which is that area East Delhi. We have swept East Delhi. Gautam Gambhir's area, we have swept it.
And in fact, where the Ghazipur landfill comes, there also the BJP candidate has won.
So now, I know Siddharth doesn't live in Delhi, so he doesn't even know about these issues. I don't know why they put him. They should have kept Sanjay Singh to continue in this debate. Anyways, in all humility, we accept the verdict. We take a big message out of this verdict. But Shivani, is the Aam Aadmi Party willing to take a message out of it?
I asked
this is a verdict on corruption of their government.
But let me ask you the question also that, let's generally the BJP feels that there are no moral victories in elections, right?
Absolutely.
Now, my only question to you is, of course, you are free to look at these results whichever way you want. And the vote share issue also I brought up as far as 2020 and 2017 MCD polls is concerned. But the concept of moral victory is something the BJP used to be averse to. Today, you are claiming in some ways moral victory. Bottom line is, Shahzad Punapala, you have been displaced from the MCD and there must be reasons for it.
Shivani, in fact, it is the Aam Aadmi Party that is now making a hue and cry of a technical victory.
How is this technical?
This is a technical, like in you cover sports. So this is after losing the match or after the match has been drawn, they won in the super over.
How is that?
Is that genuinely a victory? I am saying that after 15 years, this was a super over victory. You know it exactly. This anecdote is perfect for this. Let me explain to you. After 15 years of what they call as anti-incumbency of the most corrupt government that was provided by the BJP, Kude ka Pahad, we did not do anything for the people of Delhi. They got 30 odd councillors more than the BJP. 30 odd councillors.
Okay, so you're saying the margin is too slim for it to be considered a massive defeat for you.
They were saying they were going to sweep it. All exit polls said
no,
they were going to sweep
it. That's fair enough. Of course, every party claims they're going to do something really huge in these elections.
Let me give you another perspective.
No, can I just go to my other guests for quick opening comments from our other guests? Let me go across to the Congress spokesperson as well, because we've heard from the Aam Aadmi Party. Siddharth, I'll come to you in just a bit. The Congress also, in a way, is saying that look at our vote share from the election held 2 years ago. But sir, the Congress party Worst performance ever in MCD. It's just plummeted. And every election, some would argue, has to be seen differently. State separate, national separate, MCD separate. This is, at least at the MCD level now, a major existential crisis for you.
देखिए शिवानी जी, सच तो यही है जो आपने कहा है। स्थानीय निकाय के चुनाव, विधानसभा के चुनाव और संसद के चुनाव में बहुत फर्क होता है और हम अपनी हार स्वीकार करते हैं। इस अप्रत्याशित हार की हमें आशंका नहीं थी। मेहनत किया हमारे उम्मीदवारों ने, पार्टी ने मेहनत किया, लेकिन कामयाबी नहीं मिल पाई, वो एक अलग बात है। लेकिन मैं एक बात जरूर कहना चाहूंगा, यहाँ पर मेयर बनाने की बात संजय सिंह से आपने की या नहीं की मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन
करी थी।
सभी चैनल्स में ये बात जरूर पैदा हुई है कि मेयर किसका बनेगा। आप पार्टी की सीटें ज्यादा हैं, बीजेपी की सीटें कम है, लेकिन बीजेपी वाले फिर भी क्लेम कर रहे हैं कि आत्म मंथन करके आत्मा की आवाज के ऊपर मेयर बनाया जाएगा। देखिए, दोनों पार्टियों का आप भ्रष्टाचार समझ लीजिए। 1.5-2 करोड़ रुपए में आप पार्टी ने टिकट बेच दिया और उन लोगों को बेच दिया जो उनके कार्यकर्ता भी नहीं थे। वो गए और जीत कर आ भी गए। अब बीजेपी तो मशहूर है इस बात के लिए कि पैसा दो और विधायक खरीदो, पैसा दो निगम पार्षद खरीदो। तो मेयर तो हो सकता है बीजेपी बना ले, क्योंकि पैसा इनके पास बहुत है, धरना सेठों का पैसा बहुत है इनके पास में, मेयर तो ये बना लेंगे। लेकिन मैं ये बात स्पष्ट रूप से कहना चाहता हूं कि दोनों की दोनों पार्टियों के खिलाफ में एंटी इनकम्बेंसी थी। हम लोगों ने नापसंद किया और लेसर इविल को चुन लिया। नहीं, लेसर इविल ये है, इसको चुन लिया। हम ऑप्शन में नहीं आए, हम लोगों की पसंद नहीं बन पाए।
कांग्रेस के लिए ये सवाल अब ऑलमोस्ट 10 साल से चल रहा है। आपने जो सवाल मेयर पे उठाए वो मैं बात करूंगी, लेकिन आई एम लुकिंग एट द लार्जर टेकअवेज फ्रॉम दिस इलेक्शन. Is one of the larger takeaways not that the Congress is no longer a player? I mean, what about your legacy in the national capital? Is the Congress happy with being relegated to single digits?
No, Shivani ji, there is no question of being happy about it. लेकिन मैं आपको बता दूं, 2019 के लोकसभा चुनाव में हम नंबर 2 पर थे। आप पार्टी नहीं थी, बीजेपी जीती थी, लेकिन नंबर 2 पर हम ही थे। तो इसलिए यहाँ पर सीधा एग्जाम्पल इस बात का है कि विधानसभा चुनाव में, निगम के चुनाव में, स्थानीय चुनाव, तो जिस राज्य में बीजेपी की सरकारें हैं वहां सैकड़ों स्थानीय निकाय के चुनाव में हम लोग बहुत अच्छे मार्जिन से जीत कर भी आए हैं। और कल का दिन तो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। गुजरात के अंदर बीजेपी, आप पार्टी को 6 सीट दिखा रहे हैं, आपका सर्वे ही दिखा रहा है। हिमाचल में 0 दिखा रहे हैं, आपका सर्वे ही दिखा रहा है। तो दिल्ली को देश ना बनाए। आप पार्टी को, मेरा ये कहना है, दिल्ली को देश मत समझे।
नहीं, उसका कोई कोरिलेशन ही नहीं है। वो सवाल भी मैंने संजय सिंह से किया था। बट लेट मी ब्रिंग इन आम आदमी पार्टी सिद्धार्थ शर्मा. सिद्धार्थ, you know, I think if you look at the body language today of Arvind Kejriwal, especially when he came out for his victory speech, the tone and tenor of his speech, talking reconciliatory, which usually is not the language of the Aam Aadmi Party, especially on a day like today, that we all will work together, BJP, Congress, AAP, everyone will work together. If you look at that, and a few people are pointing out to the body language today to me, it looks like the Aam Aadmi Party also knows that actually this is not a massive win for them.
Shivani, thank you for calling me on your show. I think the constitution is very clear in India. Before an election happens, every party has a right to campaign with its own agenda. Once the election ends, everyone knows that everyone is a Jan Pratinidhi, is a people's representative. Today we have 250 corporators in Delhi who are supposed to work for the betterment of Delhi. Each corporator representing his own constituency, and we have to congratulate each one of them, be it even including the 104 from BJP. Point number 2, I'll give a slight jibe today on a person with a surname of Poonawala is asking Patel Bob, who has seen that Mr. Adesh Gupta has lost all his wards, is a little bit rich coming from the BJP spokesperson. Anyway, a sportsman and a politician should know that you mock your opponent at your own peril. You do not mock anyone. We have to come up with an agenda. We give that agenda to the people, and the people decide what agenda to accept. Now, as far as your specific question is concerned, Shivani, regarding the body language, we have been very clear. The entire viciousness and the cruelty and unleashing the entertainment directorate on your opponents is a monopoly of the BJP. Aam Aadmi Party and the Aam Aadmis of India are pretty decent enough. They are pretty gracious enough. They are pretty humble enough for Arvind Kejriwal to say today that kuch bhi karna, ahankar mat karna. I think all the 250 corporators have been given a mandate by the people of Delhi to clean Delhi at the earliest.
You didn't
That
answer
is the
my
mandate
question.
each of the 250
This isn't quite the
corporators
victory
have
that
got
the
today.
Aam Aadmi Party would have hoped for, especially with 15 years of anti-incumbency against the BJP and very, very palpable, groundswell of the fact that there were many civic issues in the national capital that it did not deserve. Yet the Aam Aadmi Party couldn't sweep these elections. There must be a reason for that. Is your popularity or the corruption charges against you also not making an impact?
Shivani, I think Sanjay Singh ji has already answered that BJP has lost 80 seats in this MCD election. Aam Aadmi Party
But
has
the
gained at their
181
cost.
they won last time around was even more than the 2012. You must see that. That was a massive victory.
Let Shahzad defend BJP. You don't need to.
I'm
can
just
defend
saying
your
you
facts.
have to look at the 181 in perspective. That 181 won by BJP in 2017 was greater than what they won in 2012 after being in MCD for twice. So that was a pretty high number. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think BJP's defense is best done by Mr. Poonawalla from Delhi. Anyway, my point is very simple, that Aam Aadmi Party has been considering this MCD election. We have been approaching this MCD election with a very localized agenda. You've been knowing, you've been covering us. I've been on your programs many times. We have been consistently speaking about the civic issues that fall under the MCD, like Kude ke Pahad, like the linter mafia, like the cleanliness, like parking issues, like stray animals, like stray dog care. These are the issues upon which MCD election, any municipality election happens. And why is it so? Because every citizen in India today knows. I think CNN News 18 has millions of viewers across India, not just in Delhi. Even a person living in Kolkata or Mumbai or Bangalore would know that the first and foremost duty of the municipality is to keep that city clean. And the entire issue, Aam Aadmi Party's entire agenda for this election for the last 6 months, because this MCD election was to happen nearly 6-7 months ago.
Okay.
Although BJP tried to drag it on for different reasons that the BJP will answer. But we have been consistent that this MCD election has to happen on that agenda.
Okay, fair enough.
Unfortunately, BJP strategized that rather than speaking about agendas, let us sling mud on our opponents and see what sticks. Obviously, that did not stick with the people
Shahzad
of
can
Delhi.
respond to that. That's a direct question to the BJP strategy, which was purely based on Satyendra Jain's videos. I'm not saying that those videos were not important or based on Liquorgate probe, but that itself did not convince the public on the ground, Shahzad, that you should stay in MCD and the AAP shouldn't come.
Because even Rashidji needs to get in a word, I'll make it quick. First of all, I need to know who's the real voice of the Aam Aadmi Party, sir or Sanjay Singh ji. Sanjay Singh ji ने भाषण दिया था अभी दोपहर को, कट्टर ईमानदार पे वोट मिला है. And now he's telling us, नहीं, this vote is on civic issues. तो तय कर लो वोट किस पे मिला है. कट्टर ईमानदारी पे वोट मिला है या आपको ये सिविक इश्यूज पे वोट मिला है. अगर कट्टर ईमानदारी पे वोट नहीं मिला है तो संजय सिंह के बयान को खारिज करो और कहो कोर्ट जो कहता है उसकी बात सुने. कोर्ट तय करेगा कौन कट्टर ईमानदार कौन कट्टर बेईमान. पॉइंट नंबर 2, लेट मी गिव यू अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टैटिस्टिक. 2017 इलेक्शन BJP had 36% vote share in the MCD. 2020 we had 38%. It rose in the assembly election, and 2022 in the MCD election again 39%. A secular rise across elections taking place. Now let's see the Aam Aadmi Party. 2017 26% in the MCD election. In 2020 53.5% in the assembly election, and now 42% in the MCD. So there is a decline that is going. But see, look, as much as we say people vote for split tickets, that's right, that's true. But this is a party which has only one person, Mr. Kejriwal. They projected that face. It's the government of Kejriwal that is operating in Delhi in 8 years. The people have given a consolidated mandate. Therefore, from 53%, their vote share has fallen to 42%. They've lost 12% vote.
Okay,
this is the biggest takeaway.
But different people can look at this a little differently, and I'll get our two experts to comment on this. The one thing I will give you, Shahzad Poonawalla, is that the BJP's vote share hasn't come down. And as you very rightly pointed out, and I did at the start of the show, that your consistent vote bank is only actually incrementally rising. Rashid Kidwai, come into this. Is this to be seen as just a mandate for the Aam Aadmi Party at the local level after people have seen their government at the assembly level? Or is this to be seen, if you look at vote share, the fact that actually the Aam Aadmi Party is not an overwhelming favourite despite the fact that they've been in the assembly for, nearly 10 years now?
I think, Shivani, some basics needs to be emphasized. On the day of the verdict has to be accepted. And in a democracy, it is numbers. So simple majority is enough. Whatever claims or survey or whatever is there, that becomes irrelevant the day verdict comes out. The BJP, to its credit, has always been very formidable. Even when it loses, with the exception of Chhattisgarh, whether it was in Madhya Pradesh in 2018 or Rajasthan or Maharashtra, the BJP does very well. I mean, in the sense that when they lose, they don't lose badly. They stick to their vote share and sometimes number of seats. So I think that should be there. The Congress story in Delhi is very complicated. They may see that the vote percentage has gone up, but it's actually on a rebound. Maybe you see that the 9 Muslim councillors who have won, 7 of them belong to the Congress party, or they won on Congress ticket. Now this is on a rebound. If Congress gets this kind of minority tag of getting only minority votes, etc., I think it is very bad for the Congress, for its national image, etc. So these are the things I think people.
Is it on a rebound though, the Congress party? What do you think? The way you reading these numbers from the MCD elections.
I think the way the vote percentage in assembly from 4% to 11% has gone up. It seems in some of the constituencies where the Muslim councillors have won, to the voters have not only disregarded OSC or other people and Aam Aadmi Party, and they voted for the Congress party. So which is, I mean, the Congress can feel very happy because percentage has gone up. At the same time, I think, Mr. Shehzad Punewala's party would make this sooner or later this point that the Congress is only getting a section of minority votes.
Yeah, Muslim votes in minorities as well. Yes, Mr. Gupta, you want to respond to that?
Of course, I want to respond to this. देखिए, ये जो बात कर रहे हैं, ये बिल्कुल भी सही नहीं है. This is a biased opinion what is expressing now. मुस्लिम सीट्स हैं तो मुस्लिम बाहुल्य क्षेत्र हैं, वहां पर हम जीते हैं, और जहां पर मुस्लिम नहीं है वहां पर भी हमारे लोग कैंडिडेट खड़े थे, उनको भी वोट मिला है. किसी को 15% मिला है, किसी को 20% मिला है. एवरेज हमारा 11% जरूर है. बहुत सारी सीटों पर हमने बैडली भी परफॉर्म, लेकिन इसका मायने ये नहीं है कि मुस्लिम माइनॉरिटी टैग कोई हम पर लगा देगा. कांग्रेस पार्टी सेक्युलर पार्टी है. कांग्रेस का मंच एक ऐसा मंच है जहां पर हिंदू, मुस्लिम, सिख, ईसाई, कोई कास्ट, कोई जाति, कोई भाषा काम नहीं करती है. आप जिस बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, शहजाद पूनावाले से क्या बात करेंगे? शहजाद पूनावाले बीजेपी में थोड़ा थे कोई, वो तो आज बीजेपी में चले गए, उनकी मजबूरी है.
उससे क्या लेना देना है मिस्टर गुप्ता? उससे क्या लेना देना है? उससे दिल्ली इलेक्शन, एमसीडी इलेक्शन के रिजल्ट का कोई लेना देना ही नहीं है.
नहीं लेना देना, लेकिन वो जो बात कर रहे हैं उसका मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ.
नहीं, वो नहीं बोल रहे थे, राशिद किदवाई बोल रहे थे.
हार हुई है,
ये कांग्रेस की समस्या है.
हरिशंकर गुप्ता, मैं आपको बता दूं, राशिद किदवाई बोल रहे थे, जो अभी बोला है उन्होंने मुस्लिम वोट बैंक की बात, जिसको आपने बायस बोल दिया है. ये राशिद किदवाई कांग्रेस को बहुत अच्छे से जानते हैं और वो कंसर्न रेज कर रहे हैं.
बायस मैंने इसलिए बोला है कि ये ना कहें कि नो मुस्लिम सीट पे माइनॉरिटी टैग कोई हम पर लगाएगा. माइनॉरिटी टैग, माइनॉरिटी अपीसमेंट की बात तो बीजेपी कब से हमारे खिलाफ करती रही है, लेकिन कांग्रेस का जो अपना सिद्धांत विचारधारा, उसमें कोई परिवर्तन थोड़ी आया. कांग्रेस का, मैं यही तो आपसे कह रहा हूँ. मैंने कौन सा गलत बात कह दिया?
चलिए,
मैं तो यही कह रहा हूँ कि हमारा ही मंच ऐसा है जहां पर सबको स्थान मिल सकता है. क्या बीजेपी के मंच के ऊपर हिंदू के अलावा किसी दूसरे को स्थान मिल सकता है?
मैं बैठा हूं यहाँ पे, मैं राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता हूं भाजपा का. सर थोड़ा तो समझ लीजिए, मैं भाजपा का राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता, प्राउड भारतीय मुसलमान बैठा हूं अपनी पार्टी का प्रवक्ता बनके. यही आप में अंतर है. आपको समझ ही नहीं आ रहा आप किस पे निशाना कर रहे हैं. राशिद किदवाई ने किताब लिखी है कांग्रेस पर, वो अपना व्यू एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं. आपने उनको बायस कह दिया, पत्रकार को आपने जो है अटैक कर दिया. आपने ही इस आम आदमी पार्टी के नासूर को जन्म दिया था 2013 में. बहरहाल, I don't want to waste more time on this because
can I ask you the question that I wanted to ask you? One thing is very clear, that the BJP, whatever it is, trying to do in the national capital is not working. You sweep Lok Sabha elections, and that you've shown despite the rise of the Aam Aadmi Party, but you are still not seen as being giving takkar to the Aam Aadmi Party. And one of the big things is Shehzad Poonawala, and I don't know what's going to happen as far as the Delhi BJP unit is concerned. Something needs to happen, right? If you are to shake yourselves out of this. And one of the big things is that you cannot take on Arvind Kejriwal and his party without a face in the national capital. It's quite similar to the fact that people cannot take on Narendra Modi at the national level unless there is a credible face. And you're facing exactly that problem in the national capital, Shehzad Poonawalla.
Look, Shivani, every defeat or every victory has a learning in it. And certainly this election also has a learning in it for us. And we are humble enough to accept and acknowledge that. Is that learning only about leadership issues? Is it not about other issues about our Sangathan or about our communication? No, it's not like that. We have issues in various areas. We are going to take cognizance of it. But I can tell you, the one major chunk today, if you look at the people's body language in the Aam Aadmi Party, they know that things are not going to go well for them in 2025. Today, they have been jolted because they were expecting a massive landslide. The fact that they didn't get that landslide, despite all their advertising money. I ran the social media campaign. Let me give you just one example, Rashid. Very interesting. You know, they spent money of the Delhi government and the Punjab government to promote the posts of the Aam Aadmi Party's Facebook page. We didn't have that kind of ad spend in the BJP Delhi. And yet we have managed to get 104 seats, and this is a party that is essentially on social media.
But ultimately, so look, your party is about winning. I don't think you are like, your philosophy anymore is about being second place, right?
Of course not. Of course not. But when the people of Delhi or the people electorate give you a verdict and they tell you that there are certain things that you need to pick up your socks upon, we are humble enough to accept that. There's no harm in being second place to somebody after 15 years by just 30 corporates.
No, but there is a question. There is, of course, the assembly question. You haven't been able to quite make your mark since 2000, actually, since early 2000s. So, Rashid Kidwai, I want to understand from you. There is some problem as far as the BJP Delhi unit is concerned. We all wonder when, what can set it straight. And they have no leadership or no, big faces. That's their biggest problem. How are you going to take on somebody like Arvind Kejriwal unless there is a proper face against him?
Yes, Shivani, I think that's a problem. The BJP, the old Jansangh was very much opposed to this idea of, Vyaktivad, that one person and the politics around it. Of course, that time they were opposing Indira Gandhi. But that cult figure of Mr. Narendra Modi has become a very, easy passport for victory, for electoral success. You remember even Mr. Modi has said it in Himachal Pradesh campaign. He had said that don't look at the candidate, don't look at the chief minister, you just vote for me, vote for... So if that's a tendency, then of course political party, activists and leaders, regional, local leaders, they become very, they think that Mr. Modi magic will work. And certainly it's not working. And Shivani, we must not forget the municipal elections are closest to some kind of, direct democracy that,
the closest to the ground.
Precisely. And that's where everything is very well known to the electorate, unlike the assembly election or the parliament election. So in this case, this is a verdict, but I think it has a lot of positives.
What I was pointing out to Rashid Kidwai is that the nature of politics has indeed changed. And actually the Aam Aadmi Party has modelled itself quite a bit on the BJP, in the way that it fights elections, in the way that, even its national leader behaves and conducts itself. So my point is that it has become presidential in many ways. Even local elections have become like that. So in Delhi, you need, for Aam Aadmi Party, for the BJP or for the Congress Party, unless you have a face challenging Arvind Kejriwal, it's not going to be easy to break the AAP's hegemony.
Absolutely, and I think this kind of tall claims that are made during the election, and that also makes it very, I think, things very complicated, because political parties need to be very realistic. I mean, today, as Shehzad was pointing out, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is looking, a bit of the mark, in the sense as if because he was, making such tall claims. It's a simple thing that in democracy, a simple majority works. Whether, the BJP gets, Aam Aadmi Party, gets half of it, 125 or more, it was inconsequential. I mean, that's for personal achievement. But because of that bravado, that one-upmanship, I think these are the things that are, both BJP and Aam Aadmi Party need to look at it.
Yeah, and I remember 2017 also was pretty bitterly fought actually. Even at that time, the Aam Aadmi Party did project that they're going to come to power in the MCD. It didn't quite happen. And BJP, as I mentioned, managed 181. But you couldn't quite capitalize on that, Shehzad Poonawalla, and it comes down to performance also a little bit. Yes, go ahead.
Look, there are all the learnings in the world, leadership and otherwise, to take for the BJP from this election. Nobody's denying that. But Shivani, with all humility at my command, let me tell you, this is as much a referendum about their 8 years of government. And therefore, today, the setback that they've got, that they assume that we would be symptomed at 30 and we've actually come to 104, is a very big setback for them. And despite their best efforts, Kejriwal, Bhagwant Mann, 2 governments, money power, advertising, Vigyapan, सब कुछ खर्च कर दिया, and उसके बाद 30 corporators ज़्यादा मिले. 30 कॉर्पोरेट।
Okay.
और हम 15 साल का देवर प्रोजेक्टिंग के बैगेज है, 15 साल से हमारी सरकार है, देयर इज गोइंग टू बी अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ इनकम्बेंसी, बट आफ्टर ऑल देयर बेस्ट एफर्ट्स today their 8-year incumbency is showing, and therefore Mr. Kejriwal is actually very worried.
Okay.
The worry on his face is because of that.
Can I ask final question on the issue that Mr. Gupta raised earlier about the mayor? Yes, Siddharth, I have to ask you this before Siddharth also comes
अरे
in.
ये तो चिंता होनी नहीं चाहिए।
ये आप पहले से ही कैसे बोल देते हैं कि मेयर इनका नहीं बन पाएगा?
शिवानी,
चाहे आपने ये नहीं बोला हो क्लियरली कि मेयर हमारा बनेगा, आई थिंक द बीजेपी इंडिकेटेड कि आपका नहीं बनेगा, ऐसी कोई गारंटी नहीं है। हाउ कैन यू से दैट व्हेन दे हैव क्लियर मेजॉरिटी?
अभी तो सांसद साहब बोलकर गए कट्टर ईमानदारों को वोट मिला है, ये कुछ पैसे फेंकेंगे और बिक जाएंगे। ना, मैं नहीं मानता कि आम आदमी पार्टी का कोई भी पार्षद बिकाऊ है। ये तो टिकाऊ लोग हैं, मैं उन पे भरोसा रखता हूं, तो इनको डर किस बात की है? इनके तो सारे टिकाऊ है ना, बिकाऊ तो कोई नहीं है, पैसों के दम पे थोड़ी बिकने वाले हैं। कट्टर ईमानदार है जी, तो वाई दे अफ्रेड कि कोई मनी बैग लेकर जाएगा और बिक जाएंगे?
सिद्धार्थ शर्मा,
I think democratic spirit has to be, respected. The verdict has come, and I think all concerned should respect that verdict.
yeah, Siddharth.
Yeah, our Oxford-educated Poonawala's innuendos aside, that doesn't look good on a television debate when the people of Delhi today have given some kind of mandate. I think the people of Delhi expect cleanliness from tomorrow morning, and we have to deliver on it, be it Aam Aadmi Party's corporators or BJP's corporators. We have to be humble enough to accept that, and we have to start delivering on it. I think the one takeaway of this election, be it Aam Aadmi Party, be it BJP, or be it Congress, or even be it media or psephologists, is very simple. That abstract issues aside, emotional issues aside, there is space. The people yearn for governance, tangible things. Unless you speak about that, because the people of this nation are not political party members like Siddharth Sharma or Shahzad Poonawala belonging to BJP. The voter is a neutral person. He will vote only for his services that are going to be provided to him. And the beauty of democracy is that today in Delhi, the voter has given a mandate in which he has given a very good watchdog role as opposition to the BJP, and we welcome that. That is a good space to begin with.
So this vote is not a clean sheet for Satyendra Jain,
BJP,
right? It's not a clean sheet for Satyendra Jain and Sisodia, right? That's what we're telling you, sir. I hope you go and correct Mr. Sanjay Singh, because he was too scared to be on a debate like you are. So at least call him up and tell him it's not a clean sheet for Satyendra Jain. Please tell him to take that speech back, which he gave in the afternoon. And I'm not Oxford educated. I'm state board passed. I did top the state board. I'm a state board pass person. Thank you.
Fine. Since you have finished your statements, and this is because the BJP went hammer and tongs on Aam Aadmi Party with false cases. This also is a referendum by the people of Delhi saying that yes, they are voting for a Kattar Imandar Party because they are going to deliver for it. And that is the mandate that we have to respect. Be it Aam Aadmi Party, be it BJP.
Lalu Prasad Yadav won elections, but he was convicted by court. Lalu Prasad won elections, but he was convicted.
Nobody is convicted. Nobody's
been released on bail by court, sir. Don't get so angry. I understand your pain. I understand your pain. I understand yours and Kejriwalji's body language today. You all are upset. You all didn't get the seats you all were expecting. It's okay.
Mr. Amit Shah ji was charged in Gujarat the same way Satyendra Jain is also under investigation.
Okay, but I think the larger point here is that issues of corruption and investigation should not always be conflated with electoral results, and I have heard this from whom? From parties opposed to the BJP themselves. So if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Final 30 seconds to each of our guests, and I'll start with you, Siddharth. Who is in pole position for 2025? I think that's the biggest question today, and I don't think we have a clear answer.
I think the 250 corporators who will be delivering in these next 5 years, because these Kude ke Pahads, the 3 mountains, it will take time.
Why are you evading my question?
It will take a lot of effort.
I'm asking you, is Aam Aadmi Party in pole position for 2025? You're not answering.
The people who are, the people's representative who are going to deliver to the people of Delhi are going to be in the pole position. This is not about political parties.
I did not
This is
expect
about
that from the
services to
Aam Aadmi
people.
Party, that they will not say that we are certainly in pole position for the next assembly election.
I think, Shivani, there is a greater responsibility on Aam Aadmi Party. Now they cannot go on, bleaming
everybody else
or anyone else, and it's people are going to make a very good judgment on this. This is also, they also have finally some double engine ki sarkar. The engine may be small ones, but they have two engines now.
And the public has 3 years to judge what they can do at both these levels.
And mind you, civic issues are very close to the residents actually.
Yeah. Shehzad, who's in pole position for 2025? You seem to be very happy with the results today, or content.
Today's results have shown convincingly that the BJP is, and therefore the Aam Aadmi Party's official spokesperson can't even gather the courage after seeing the results that have come out to say that we will still win 2025. And I told you this, and this is what I could read on Kejriwalji's face, and this is why Sanjay Singh can't appear on a debate one-on-one with me.
You're just going on and on about Sanjay Singh.
The corporators are going
I
to
understand your
they are
pain,
going
sir.
to
Please, corporators
I've run out of time.
134 of us.
I've run out of time. Let's just hope that yes, for the next 3 years, before the Delhi public votes again, as far as the state level is concerned, we see harmony, we actually see work taking place. Before that, of course, there's 2024. But that, of course, the national elections often are a very different story. I thank our guests for joining us. That was, of course, the big news of the day, the MCD results. Now,